You know, I am glad that I sat with this chapter for a few days before deciding to release this video, or not release this video, I guess record this video, because the first time I read it, I was not very happy with some of the things that went down. But after having some time to think about it and then reading the official, I don't think I dislike this chapter as much as I thought. There is still some things I have to say, but I'm glad that my first video back after a long time is not going to be me ranting about One Piece. Let's get into it. Today we are talking about One Piece chapter 1176. Now, I'm all for Vegapunk and Franky talk, but my question is, why now? There is no significant moments that come to my mind in Egghead of Franky and Vegapunk interacting at all. So it's not that I have a problem with it happening. It's just like when we had the chance in the arc on the Land of Science where Vegapunk was the main focus, why did we not get any interaction between them, any discussion of, hey, I was on your homeland for like 2 years upgrading myself. This is what I learned. Like, I have this question for you. You would think someone like Franky, especially after going through an experience like that, would have some type of question for Vegapunk. So that part, that was one of those initial things when I first read the chapter that I was kind of annoyed about. But we'll get into that a little more later. I have a question for you guys. How is Loki not top 1? I mean, you might be like, well, he is, so I don't know why you're asking that, because on paper, the man's got Conqueror's Haki. He can use advanced Conquerors or coding, whatever you want to call it. He has a mythical Zoan Devil Fruit, and he has a weapon that I assume also has a mythical Zoan Devil Fruit. And even if it's not mythical, whatever, it's still a strong ass weapon. How is this man not top 1? He has like everything in the verse that you could have to be top 1, and he just might be. You know, I've been thinking about this for a while, and especially with this chapter, them bringing up like, oh, he's way bigger than Kaido. Like, do we remember how big Kaido is? And I get it, it makes sense because Loki, just as in his giant form, is already bigger than Kaido because he's an ancient giant. But like, dang, bro, how do you even fight? Not even somewhat. How do you fight something like that? Well, I remember talking to the homie about this. Loki is like that big ass white dragon in Elden Ring. It's dead ass like fighting like a Dark Souls boss. I don't understand what Emu is gonna pull out to go up against not only Luffy but him and Loki, because I'm assuming they're gonna double team, even if it is just Loki. I don't know what Vegapunk has up his or their sleeve, his, her, whatever the hell Vegapunk is. I don't know what Vegapunk is gonna pull out, but I'm excited to see it, because I'm sorry, even though Luffy's the MC, we all love Shanks, we love Mihawk, we love Blackbeard. I don't know what these guys are doing to Loki, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, Vegapunk didn't have to come through and stunt so hard on the Straw Hats. Like, you see Jinbei was trying to put out the fire earlier, Nami was trying to do her thing. You did not have to come through and just turn the whole thing to ice like that, Vegapunk. But I did like seeing the Straw Hats finally free and like working together. I really do enjoy those moments when we get to see the crew be the crew, and like even seeing Sanji be like, hey, Jinbei part of the crew now, you not about to talk crazy to him. It's always just dope to see the Straw Hats get in some work. The only one who didn't do anything, I don't think, is Usopp. And you know, I don't want to say I'm becoming a Usopp hater, don't want to say that, but I might be becoming an Usopp disliker, because y'all, I reread a lot of One Piece and I reread Dressrosa, and one thing I just can't get over is Usopp abandoning them Tontadas. Yes, I know he came back, he ended up helping. The fact that he ran away in the first place after the 2 years of training, because it wasn't even that he just abandoned the Tontadas. I'm pretty sure he abandoned Robin too, and I just can't get over that. And I don't fall for the trap. I know what One Piece is. I didn't fall into this is Usopp's arc, he's gonna have a big moment. You know, there's still time. He may still have a big moment, but as we discussed, and we'll get more into in a second, Wano was supposed to be Zoro's arc, and Egghead was supposed to be Franky's arc. And look what happened in both of those arcs. So hey, I just don't get my hopes up over things I know that aren't going to happen. But again, there still might be time, Usopp. Still might be time. So we'll just have to see. To address the Franky thing, and I'm not mad at the Franky power-up, but why now? Why now? Why now on Elbaf? But honestly, I think this kind of opens some interesting possibilities for the future, because Franky and Brook, I would say though, I'm not gonna lie, I might throw Nami. I'd say everyone except Usopp and Chopper, and that's not like the Monster Trio plus Jinbei, kind of sits in an interesting spot when it comes to strength, because it's like, we know you're not jobbers, we know you're not trash, but how strong exactly are you? Like, what is the level of opponent that you could take on? Because yes, Nami did fight Ulti, but it was kind of a struggle for her. Like, I wouldn't say it was, I'd say it's pretty difficult. And like page 1, again, it's Usopp, so I can't really. Franky did beat Sasaki, so I guess Franky has kind of shown us what level is at, but it's like, where do you go from here? Like, is it gonna get to the point where Franky is like commander caliber? Like, could Franky fight somebody like Jack by himself? I don't know. With this new power up, with this new crack cola he got going on, he just might be able to, because like Vegapunk said, if you've been doing all this stuff off of regular cola, my nigga, what are you gonna do when I give you this Nuka Cola and super power you up? So I am actually pretty excited for Franky's cracked out power up, because I mean, Franky Shogun was probably his only power up. Like, I know he's had upgrades, so I guess we could say the lasers, Franky Shogun, the new tech, but it's not the same. It didn't feel the same as like Zoro getting a new sword, Luffy getting a new gear, Sanji getting Ifrit Janbei and Diablo Janbei. Now it's like in our face. It's like, all right, Franky has this crack cola. I'm assuming, if depending on how long Vegapunk rocks with them, and if, you know, Franky's able to reproduce this on his own, bro might be pretty wicked. So good on you, Franky. It's really frying me that the Celestial Dragons hate Fishman so much. Like, killing him, you have much bigger fish to fry, no pun intended. He's like, he just had to say, he's like, ugh, it's disgusting, Fishman. Like, first of all, he's not just any Fishman. That's Martin Luther Jinbei. He is damn near like, he is the Fishman. So I was like, yeah, Sanji, fuck this nigga up, put a hole in his mask. And it's just funny to me that I wonder what the Celestial Dragon's opinions on like Killingham's Zoan form is. Like, would they not see that? How you gonna hate on Fishman and then be okay with somebody that looks like that? It just doesn't make sense to me. But then again, the Celestial Dragons do a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense to me. And you know, speaking of the Gods Knight, are they really fraud knights? Are they simply just regen merchants? Because, you know, I'll say outside of Gunko, Garling, why am I blanking on them? Shamrock, and I think that's it. And you know, they're really the only ones we've seen. I am not too impressed, because again, Sommers went against the God. He went against that Nika. Of course, he's going to get one shot, understandable. But then killing it, I mean, again, they can just regen, but Luffy does have that Conqueror, so Sommers might really be down. And because Sanji doesn't have Conquerors, I don't know, maybe killing him will be okay. But it's just like, damn, bro, this how you giving it up? Like 2 chapters in a row of y'all just getting beat the fuck down? So yeah, it's not looking good for them. And I'm wondering how much longer we have in Elbaf, because both of them are down. The kids are safe. So the only one really left to handle is Gunko Imu. And I don't know what we're doing after that. Shoot, we might just have a feast and get up out of here. I kind of would like to explore Elbaf some more. I mean, we still have to address what Loki's gonna do, so still might be a good amount of chapters left. But let me know what you guys think. Are the Gods Knights the fraud knight, or is there still some hope left for them? Now, one thing I was pretty upset about that I'm glad I'm sat with was the key to reversing the Domi Reversi. And when I thought about it, I was like, we kind of already knew this, because the whole thing with the Roger, Garp, and Rocks fight was that, you know, they beat him. I was like, damn, they really killed him. Because if you read that last chapter, I think it's chapter 1160. I don't remember what chapter it is, but when they do their attacks on him, it's like, damn, like, they fucked this nigga up. But then the next chapter, he's not fine, but he's like back to normal. The only reason he died is because Garling bitch ass came in and stabbed him. So we kind of already knew that just dealing fatal damage was the key to, you know, reversing Reversey. My thing was, I thought you had to do with Conqueror's Haki because we have the whole explanation of mass. So I was like, damn, is it gonna get to the point, is it gonna be like Naruto piece where Luffy has to give out like Conqueror's Haki cloaks or like Conqueror's Haki knots so they can disperse the Reversey and then kill the God's Knight? So I guess they're not reversied, but you know what I mean. I thought it was just going to be a thing with whether it's the God Knights or the people that got Dome Reverse, you need Conqueror's Haki to beat them. So it might still be the case that with the God's Knights, the mass and having Conqueror's Haki is important. I don't know, we'll see. But I was just like, damn, like you're telling me Dory and Broggy, no disrespect to them, they can just willpower and decide and be like, you know what, fuck it, we're going to cut each other's heads off and now we're cool. It was a good moment. I fuck with Dorian Broggy. I'm like, you're telling me Rox D. Zabek couldn't willpower himself to do that? And I understand for the story, you know, the drama, the conflict of it. But it's just like, I don't know if I'm rocking with that. Because I feel like if there's a list of people that could just break through reversing, like, you know, fuck, I'm going to stab myself or cut my head off, I think it would be Rox. Because it's not, he wanted to die anyway. He literally told Garps and Roger, he told Roger and Garp, like, kill me. And it might have been different because he was directly stabbed by Imuan influence, whereas the Giants were kind of just, you know, in line or whatever, then got flipped. So I don't know, there may be still things and rules to Dome Reverse we have to learn, but I'm not as mad about it as I was when I first read the chapter. But let me know what you guys think. Is the way to get rid of Dome Reversey feel a little too quick? Does Dome Reversey even feel scary anymore, or is it pointless? Let me know what you think in the comments. But if you made it to this far in the video, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be back and to be dropping videos about One Piece. Might have to make a video about that last Modulo chapter and, you know, talk about some Kagurabachi here and there. But for now, it has been your boy Dougie D Fresh, and I'm out. Peace.